What's going on, Juco?
How y'all doing on this Monday, June 22nd, 2026? All right, here we go. Let's get this trading day started, man. I'm happy. I'm excited. Thank you all for joining me. Those of you who are joining me on today, we're going to go ahead and get to the charts to be able to see what we got. I think we're going to be trading ES today. And so let's go ahead and take a look and see what it is that we have for today. We got a pretty good show on the day too as well. One of the things that we're going to talk about is that 401k and SpaceX being attached to people's 401k. So if you're a person who's saying not my 401k, hey, you might want to tune in a little bit later on because we're going to be diving into that here shortly. So I'm excited to be able to get into that. Now let's go ahead and hop into what we have going on today, man, because today is going to be a really good day. One thing it is that I'm looking forward to is how the markets react based off of what we saw on last night. I know last night when we had new week opening gap, we're going to show we traded back into that gap and we've been on a continuation higher, right? And we're going to show that here on the charts. So let's go ahead and see what we got here. So what I'm going to do here is mark this for us. So this area here, I'll change the back tone to it. Here, we'll give it this. Here we go. So we have this shade of purple that's right here. But this is the gap, right? Of new week opening gap right here. And so you see we traded right back through new week opening gap. Once it filled that gap, you know, obviously a short opportunity could have been right there, creating sell side. And the market just continued to rally, reacting off of this 1 hour fair value gap that's right here. And you can see it's just been creating higher highs and higher lows along the way, looking to be able to go and sweep previous day high. So if we get a sweep of previous day high and we stay above midnight open, we get somewhat of a retracement. I'm going long for today. But if we sweep previous day high and the market started retracing down and is looking to come and take sell side, then we could be bearish, right? We could be bearish if we break below midnight open. So this is what I'm looking at on today. How are you all feeling on today? What is your bias for today? What's your bias for today? Are you long today? Are you thinking of shorts today? So let's go ahead and get this shared so that we could be able to get more viewers in. We're going to go ahead and drop this off on our Twitter account. All right, so we ready to go. We're locked and loaded. We're locked and loaded. So let me know in the comments. Are you bearish or are you bullish on today? You already know where I'm coming from. I told you if we sweep previous day highs, then you should be looking for me to short this all the way to midnight open, looking to take out sell side. That would be a nice plan. But if we don't take previous day high by the time market opens and we started trading lower, looking for a retracement, filling in that 15-minute, I mean, this 1 hour and 15-minute fair value gap, then obviously on the retracement, you could see us getting ready. If we stay above midnight open, we could go long. So we have opportunity. Let's go ahead and get set up. Make sure we good on trade evade here, which I think we should be already. All right, we're set up to go on our account. And one thing that I'm missing is my holder. 1 second, check. All right, so we're back. Let's go ahead and do our market analysis. Our market analysis for the week. And the first thing, y'all already know what is the first thing that I want to take a look at is Weeble. Let's take a look at Weeble. I'm going to look at it on a 1 hour chart. So right now, pre-market Weeble is trading higher, as we could see, right? Creating these higher highs, higher lows. Once it's pulled all the way right here, just was a tick below from our alarm, right? Here at 536. And it's just been trending up higher ever since, right? So it looks beautiful on the charts. Weeble is still a buy, in my opinion. Those of you who are taking a look at Weeble, like I said, it's coming to be able to take out this same high that is sitting here at $7.76. I'm looking for that to be taken out. And this thing just continues to run and pump higher. So this is definitely a buy here, in my opinion. For those of you who've been a part of Weeble, the Weeble family, we've been in this for quite some time. Next, what we have on the list is, let's go ahead and take a look at SpaceX while we're here, just to see where it is on the day. And you can see SpaceX is pulling back at 176.40. So those of you who are a part of SpaceX, you're just trending right there below this golden zone right here on the retracement. So this still can be a continuation pattern to the upside. So those of you who are interested in SpaceX, here's an opportunity. This would be a buy opportunity here on this retracement. Now, one other thing it is that, like I told people that they could get into, is if you want some exposure to SpaceX, If you want exposure to SpaceX, I believe you should get into this ETF here. We'll zoom out to the daily for you to be able to see that. And it is Baron Financials ETF. Baron Financials ETF. If you want some exposure to SpaceX without being able to purchase, if you can't fully purchase the shares at $176, you could purchase Baron Financials ETF. And if you purchase Barron's Financial ETF, they have 14% of within this ETF is geared towards Tesla, and that's their highest, right? So a good majority of their money is within Tesla, right at 14%, and we know Tesla has uh, ties to SpaceX. So that is something to look into as we continue on. Let's see here. I have another one, and this is a surprise here. The one that I have, this is a surprise. I'm gonna pull this up and show you all. Here we go. All right, so we're gonna go here. I'm gonna open up my list here. How many of you know that biotechnology has been trending a little bit, right? When you're focusing on where the money is going, here's an opportunity, and we're looking at these on the daily, right? When you want to see where the money is going, look at mRNA, Moderna. Look at that beautiful trade on Moderna. Absolutely beautiful, right? Breaking out of this consolidation, right? And as it's breaking out of this consolidation, this is beautiful. So those of you who thinking about Moderna, man, you could wait on that retracement and move to continue to go higher on Moderna. Looking absolutely wonderful on the charts. Here's another one, KRYS. Look at KRYS. Beautiful trade. Like, it's all about knowing where the money is, right? And where the money is going. And if you look at biotech, I'm telling you, you're going to find opportunities that exist here within this market. You can see a lot of things have traced back into discount areas, and that's where you have opportunities to be able to buy. You have some that has already traded. Look at the consolidation here, right? So it's kind of like a bull flag pattern that's happening here. So if you continue to look at these, I'm telling you, there are going to be a lot of opportunities within that biotechnology space. So if you are a person who trades pharmaceuticals and those companies, hey, I would tune in for sure for opportunities. All right, so let's continue on with our analysis. Let's take a look at gold and what we have going on with gold. Check out gold here. Y'all know how we felt last week about gold and what we were saying about gold after that initial pullback after Fed Day. Gold has since then has bounced, right? It hasn't fully came back to support. Well, it did on last week, right? But you could see on the 26th here, look at gold. I mean, not on the 26th, I'm sorry. On the 22nd here, which is today, gold is trending up a little bit. And I like that. Gold, this area right here is a very important area for support here because this trend line goes all the way back. And this is why it's so good. Look at this trend line. This goes all the way back to October of 2023. So this is a very strong area of support here. Very strong area of support on gold. If we lose this, then that's when you should be worried. You should be worried that, hey, gold may come and just take out sell side that's sitting here at around 32.93 for gold. Let's take a look at silver. We see silver too as well, trading within the golden zone, right? Now, if you're looking at this from a continuation standpoint, right, you see where these are the levels of where it could be headed from where it is right now if we're continuing on this uptrend. And as you can see, it came back to a key area of support down here. And this is why we get in this small rally because buyers are here, right? And this trend line goes all the way back to April of 2025. Very strong here. Very strong for buyers to be able to hop in here. And as you can see, this is why you get in that rally up, trading within this golden zone. So for precious metals, we see gold, we see silver. Let's take a look at MYM. I haven't looked at MYM in a while, right? Let me move this. This is where we were trading this and was taking partials there. And we could go ahead and remove this out the way too as well. But we could see MYM on the daily, right? You can see gap that's right here. Obviously is looking to possibly maybe retrace back and come and fill this gap that's right here. So with MYM, we drop down to intraday time frame to be able to see trading higher, right? And now you're getting a little bit of a retracement on MYM, but it looks fairly good to me on the charts because you have trend continuation that is happening on MYM. Let's take a look at Bitcoin futures too as well. Look at Bitcoin futures. You see the move on intraday with Bitcoin futures. So those of you who are trading Bitcoin futures, look at the bear flag pattern that happened here. This is absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Drop down to a lower time frame like your 5 minute. And boy, look at here. Beautiful move for micro Bitcoin futures. Those of you who trade Bitcoin, beautiful move here. Beautiful move. So that's a trade that was missed. We could have definitely had opportunity there on Bitcoin. Micro Ether futures, not too much there, just consolidating at the moment. If we take a look at it on the 15, yeah, we're stuck in consolidation right here. And let's take a look at oil. Wow. When you see oil and oil is continuing on this downtrend, that lets you know that we're bullish. Had to get some of my iced coffee there. That lets you know that we're bullish, right? But here's the thing. Oil can start retracing back up, which could cause us to be bearish because we haven't fully decoupled from oil. We haven't decoupled from light crude oil futures, right? Anytime we know that crude oil is on an uptrend, our indices are pulling back. Anytime our indices are in a uptrend, then that means oil is pulling back. What is happening right now? Oil has pulled back, but if you go to indices, right, like in MNQ, look at there, running uptrend on MNQ. So same thing for ES, right? So indices are in an uptrend. Oil is still trading down. So once oil starts to retrace and start going up, then there's our possibility to be able to look for shorts and find a short setup. So we're going to keep our eyes geared on oil so that we could be able to look for a beautiful setup on today. That is the plan. That is my plan for today. So if what we're looking to be trading is ES, and as you can see, this is the reaction off of that 1 hour fair value gap. And we've just been continuing higher, looking to take out previous day high here. So if we get a sweep of previous day high and start retracing, I'm looking for something that's like this. From this point of where we are, right? A sweep of previous day high, and we catch a retrace. And we could possibly continue on higher on a continuation, or we sweep previous day high. And if we start breaking through this fair value gap here, I'm gonna be looking for shorts on a retracement to take it back to midnight open and taking out sell side. That's here. And possibly trading down into this 15-minute discount if we were to break midnight open. That's where I will form bearishness. As of right now, with the market trending the way it is, I'm really liking uh, the fact that we could possibly be bullish here. We could possibly be bullish here. So let's wait and see. We have about 6 minutes until the market opens. So before the market opens, this is what we're going to talk about today. We have a lot to talk about. Like I told you, we're going to be talking about that 401k, how it's attached to SpaceX. And those of you who did not get an opportunity to look at SpaceX is pulling back this morning. But I was just doing a little bit of research and I was trying to understand the importance of why they wanted to do that. I was really trying to understand the importance of why they wanted to do that. So as I pull up my notes here, because I'm going to share this with you all, like the same stuff it is that I found when it came to that is the same stuff it is that I'm going to be sharing with you all on today, so that you could be able to see as well that, hey, I wasn't tripping when I said they were going to be tying things to the 401k, which have us thinking like, well, why would they want to do that, right? What would be their benefit or their reasoning as to why they would want to do that? And for me, it is about looking at the company numbers, right? Looking at what it is of what they've done over time. So let's see if we could pull that up right quick to get a general idea as to how much they made on last year. I think they made around 18 billion, right? So if they did around 18 billion and they're valued over 1.7 trillion, it's like, hold up. The true value of the company is what? So let's take a look. Because once you start to look at the numbers, then you'll be able to have a better idea and be able to put yourself in a to give yourself a better perspective as how this thing is going to play itself out. And this is what has been helping me, right? Like I told you in the pre-market, it left off Friday at 185. Now in the pre-market it's at 176.50. So significant pullback happening here, right? But we want to get a look, we want to take a look at the financials on this company. So we got the we're pulling up the financials right now so that we can be able to see, and we'll take a look at that. And this is what we're going to be diving into on today. So this is definitely what we're going to be diving into on today. I also want to share something with you all too. For those of you who are thinking about crypto and you need some help and understanding, right? Sometimes we just need a little bit of help. Sometimes we need some understanding, right? If you need some understanding, let me help you. I got you. I got something for you. So, check this out. I'm gonna post it in the description. So it's posted in the description. And if you're a person who needs help with this, we could definitely help you. All right, so let's go ahead and get this thing going on what we have here. We got about 2 minutes until market open. But look, take a look at these financials here. And this is what we're going to be talking about on today, and as to why the numbers, we're going to be doing the numbers on them today. And I'm going to show you why they will be having attachments to people's 401k. Because most people don't understand this right now. Like this part, they don't understand this part right now. And we're taking the value of the company, right? Revenue of what it is that they made. We're looking at what they lost to as well, what is costing them to be able to do business, and we're going to see how are they going to formulate this money that they're talking about grabbing out of the private sector. Larry Fink already told us. And so with Larry Fink already telling us, it's going to be our duty to be able to see specifically what he mean by that. Cuz I know I want to know. I want to know what do you mean specifically when you tell us you're going to be grabbing it from the private sector. And he said 401ks. I'm going to play the audio for us for those of you who don't know, who haven't heard. I will play the audio for you so that you'll be able to hear and you'll be able to see exactly why we're harping on them trying to get stuff out of people's 401k. So if you don't have access to your 401k, or if you're a person who haven't set up your 401k, this is going to be special. So you should tune in definitely for that. So we are 1 minute away. The market is now open. Market is now open. And so let's see what we get here. Let's see what we get here. We don't want to gauge too early. All right, we just took our previous day high, like we said. Look at that beautiful rally up to the top. This could be the manipulated move here. Very strong on this morning, too, as well. Very strong on it this morning. We're still going to be patient, though. We're not going to engage as of yet, because if the markets are pumping like this, I'm still going to want to wait for a little bit of a retracement, right? We get a little bit of a retracement. We said that we was going to go to sweep previous day high. We called that. We want a little bit of a retracement, and then we want to be able to see if we could get a setup for ourselves to go long. So we're not missing out on anything. We're not going to engage fully yet into the market. Obviously, this could be that manipulated move. But I do love how the chart is moving this morning, right? Got some good volume. We're starting to consolidate here at this break. So this is pretty sweet how this is playing itself out. Hopefully we can continue to be able to catch some level continuation here, or we may just sweep this and then start going for shorts. We are going to see. This is going to be interesting. Now, last week we did not. This week we did not. Okay, so you're getting that pullback here. I'm gonna show you where. Okay, sweep a previous day high. Now it's looking like here's an opportunity to set up for shorts. We still want to be patient. We don't have to engage as of yet. Let's see. I know I'm going to be patient. Okay. I want to see a break below this level first, candle closure below this level prior to us entering into our position. So we're just going to be patient and wait and see how this plays itself out. All right. You see why we didn't engage as of yet on that initial move? We didn't engage yet on that initial move. I'm looking for candle closure below that level on that break of orb, but what this looked like could possibly be a continuation. I'm just going to continue to be patient though, chat. I'm not going to rush into anything. I wouldn't want you to rush into anything either. So we're just going to exercise patience here. Exercise patience. Overall, I mean, if you taking a look at this on the 1 hour though, right? You see us breaking above previous day high. Market is looking very strong there. But our setup hasn't presented itself for us to engage. This is why we don't engage yet into this move, because we may get a reversal pattern here, and it's not even 10 o'clock yet. So we're just going to continue to be patient. We got SMT here. If we go to look at it on the 3-minute chart on M&Q, got SMT at the highs. Still, we're going to continue to exercise patience. This could be that manipulated move, though, before we start trending lower. So we're not going to engage yet. We're still going to be patient to see how this presents itself. Let's go back to ES. I mean, if you took longs though, like right at market open, then obviously you would be in a good position, right? If you just took it literally right at the open, bang, move straight up to the upside. But we don't trade like that. We don't trade like that. And I know sometimes this makes you feel like, oh man, we're missing out on the trade. Da 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 da. No, you're not. If your model has not presented itself and the market is flying up, we don't want to be the ones to catch FOMO. That's putting your capital at risk, because it doesn't happen like this every day, right? Some people look for stuff like this to be happening every single day. Some people go long soon market opens, and that's their strategy. But if that's your strategy, then kudos to you. But that's not how we trade here. We actually have a system in the model that we trade. That's why our key levels are important of what we have that's marked out on the charts. And we plan to trade, then we trade the plan. Simple. How many of you are going to be part of the competition on TradingView? I know TradingView has a competition that's set up, and that's going to be happening. Man, I'm thinking about, I would love to short here. Still not enough for me to engage. But like I was talking about, they're having a competition where you could win prizes. So those of you who do want to be a part of that competition, I advise you hop in. The only thing is that you need to have a subscription by the end of the competition. Therefore, you could be able to receive prizes, and it started today, actually. So put yourself in position, man. There's no telling what that could be. Could be a possibly extra 20,000 maybe in your pocket. You never know what those gifts could be. All right, let's see. See what we're getting here. Still want to be patient and wait for your setup to come. Still want to be patient. All right, so let's see if we could catch a feel here. Let's see if we could catch a feel here. What's the guy name? He used to say, "Not so fast, my friend." Not Dick Vitale, but the other guy that's on College Game Day. And that's what I mean by sometimes when you get ready to want to take a position, but you have to say, "Whoa, not so fast, my friend." Like that hasn't presented itself just yet for you. Just be patient. So taking out those equal highs on ES, if you go to the 1 hour chart, take a look at it on the 1 hour chart, you'll be able to see those equal highs on ES have been taken out. That's right here. Those equal highs have been taken out. So it's this reaction off of this fair value gap on the 1 hour. And once we got that sweep on previous day high, you can see that the market is starting to rally back. But I think we still can be patient. I think we still have something sweet that's coming. So if I'm a person who's looking to want to get into this, I'm just going to be patient and not engage so fully yet. Not just yet. So let's drop back down to our lower time frame. Y'all see that on why we didn't engage just yet? This is what I talk about when I said be patient. I still want to see a break below this level though, first. If I could get a break below this level with candle closure, then that's when we'll look for shorts to midnight open and to take out sell side. But until then, do not engage. Do not engage. That could have been a manipulated move for this morning on 9 a.m. It's 9:47, so we could possibly see silver bullet. So it's back over previous day high. That's just where we're trading at. So those are those two scenarios though. Like we said, a break above previous day high. You you catch the retracement and continuation. Is that is this that continuation, right, of what we want to see? If we can, if we get a fill here, then we can start looking for loans to be able to take out previous month high as the next level with the liquidity that is sitting right here, right above previous month high. That will be my setup here. So
Order filled.
so if you drop down to the 1 minute, this is what I'm looking at. Looking to target here. Okay. That's what we're looking at. Beautiful. Beautiful move this morning. So we're just gonna exercise some patience here. Just exercise some patience here to see what we get this morning. I don't think it's a matter of being too anxious. I just think it's a matter of seeing if that could be a possibility, right? And it may not. It may not. It looked like it got rejected again here and starting to pull itself back. Let's just see though. This is the part of the market that scares a lot of people, man. But we're gonna exercise patience here. We're gonna exercise patience here. 75.83 is where our stop should be. I'm liking a reaction off of this 2 minute fair value gap here of where we are, but I still think that we need a wider stop. I'm still thinking that we may need a wider stop. So let's just see how the market reacts to this. If we get a break above this high in this level here, then obviously we're going to be gold. I would like to see a break above that high there. So if we could see a break above this high and we take out this high, then obviously we're cooking. But as of right now, we're stuck in consolidation. So let's see what happens here. This is why I said we probably need the why not stop, because we also still like this gap. We're reacting off of the fair value gap here off the 1 minute, obviously, right? So here's that reaction off of this. We're reacting off of this. If we invert this and go ahead and take this out, then obviously we could go ahead and close out on the trade. But and we could see if this sets us up to start looking for displacement for shorts. But I'm honestly still feeling bullish for us on this continuation. But we need displacement below this level before we start to feel bearish. Interesting, interesting. Sometimes the best trades are your hardest trades. Those of you who are very new to trading and this is your first time, like sometimes your best trades be your hardest trades. And when you don't have a clear idea as to where to place your stops or where should your entry points be, where should you be taking uh your setup set, that's where you have to formulate a system, right? And in most people's systems, some people trade based off of certain key levels. Like me, like I love certain key levels, right? And that's the reason why I mark out my charts every single morning. I make sure that I find particular things. Like I look for previous day high, I look for previous day low, I look for previous month high, I look for a sweep on liquidity. Um, and that's how I gauge, right? That's how I gauge into the markets. That's how I find my setup within the markets. And so if we can continue, because we see the reaction here off of this fair value gap, right? If this thing starts to look any uglier, right, when you drop down to the 1 minute, if it start looking any uglier, then obviously, yeah, if it hits our stop, it hits our stop. But we plan to trade the plan. If you look at what we had and what we were saying earlier today, this was what our move was. Sweep a previous day high, retracement on the pullback, and then we go for longs, right? We have it here and it's been here the whole entire time. So if I go up to the 5-minute chart, you'll be able to see it, right? We want to break above previous day high. We get a nice retracement. I ain't want the retracement to be back that far, but we get a nice retracement and then we enter in to go long. That's our whole plan. If we get a break below this level here, right? Then obviously we'll start looking for shorts on the retracement. We would need some real good displacement first in order to be a part of that. But that is how you set up your plan for today. You set up the trade for today. And for me, that's how I like for my setups to be. That's how I like for my setups to come. So when opportunities like that present themselves, I'm not afraid to enter into the market, engage, because I have a clear idea and understanding as to where I'm headed within the markets, right? So 76.12 will be our first initial um that's where we would want to take partial. So we could just be patient for right now. Just be patient. 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 Well, technically, we want it here at 76.04. Boom. 76.04 is our partial. 76.12. That's when we'll go ahead and get out. Boom. Now we could add to our position and leave another runner to sweep this level here, but I mean, I highly doubt that is going to happen on today, but it's just a matter of seeing how it goes. It's a matter of seeing how it goes. So, look at that move here. Exactly what I'm talking about. This is beautiful. Obviously, we're getting some more of a rejection here. We continuously keep getting rejected right here at this level, though. I don't like the rejection of what happened there. I want to see full displacement above that high. Full displacement above that high. If we could get full displacement above that high, then we'll think about moving stop losses and things of that sort. But as of right now, I want to allow the trade to breathe a little bit, give it some breathing room, and see if our plan happens. We're trading our plan. So let's see. See if we can break above this high right here. Can the market give us some momentum? That's all we asking for. That's all we're asking for. Consolidation happening right there. I don't like that. I don't like that. So with seeing rejection happening right here at this level, mean, you did wick above the high, but we're getting rejected again. We probably just have to be patient. Mondays are always ugly days. Mondays are always like a little bit rough, a little bit ugly on Mondays. But look here, this is one thing that I'm looking at. You have a high here, and you have a higher high, and then you have a higher low. And look, what do we have here? A higher high. So we're creating higher highs and higher lows. That's why I said don't touch your stop loss. Allow your stop loss room to breathe. And if you allow your stop loss to have room to breathe, the trade, you could just catch the continuation. And I think this is what that is, right? Although these look like equal highs here, but that is a higher high. But because we did not get, so that's what I was thinking. We did not get candle closure. I'm sorry. Above this high here, although we wick, but it did not close any candles. We want to be able to create a new higher high in order for this to be higher high, higher low, right? So we did not get any candle closure here, and I had to go back and confirm that for myself. Although you wick above the high, but you want to see strong for institutional order flow. You want to see a strong bullish candle that breaks above that high and closes there. If it doesn't close above that high, then it's not considered a higher high based upon our model and our concept. So with the consolidation and what's happening here, because we did not close there and we got rejected here again, and obviously we're here on a pullback. Let's take a look at the 15. I mean, it's the same rejection level, even when you look at it on a 15-minute chart, right? At about 9:30, you wick here. 9:45, you get a candle close closure right there at this level, and you got rejected here earlier at 9:30. Then we got rejected here again, and it's pulling back. But like I said, it felt as though it was creating higher highs, higher lows. And with it creating higher highs and higher lows, there's no reason to exit the trade just yet. It's just a matter of patience and just holding to see if you can persevere through. And I think that's just what it is. So you don't see me feeling no type of way as of yet. Exercising patience here. That's what we want to do. Exercise patience, patience, patience. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's see if we could get candle closure and not get rejected here. We get full displacement above this level here. If we could get full displacement above this level here, guys, we are cooking. Patience, patience, patience. All right, so we got candle closure above that level. So let's go ahead and move our stop. And now we're moving our stop to break even. Now we move our stop to break even. Usually, this is something that I've always said though. We don't want to move our stop until we actually clear our first initial TP. Right? Once we clear our first initial TP, then we move to break even. But I feel like with today price action and what is happening on today, you might want to just be able to cut risk a little bit. And so since we have what we have going, since we have what we have going on here on today, we're going to move our stop loss a little bit on this trade. So today is a cut risk day because it is a Monday, and I usually don't like how price action is on Monday, but it looks very clear when you start to look at it from a bigger time frame, right? So when you look at it from a bigger time frame, what did we see happen? A sweep of previous day high. We got the reversal back, right? We said we wanted to enter into the trade on the continuation, and that is what we did. We planned the trade the plan, and as you can see, this is what we have right here. So let's see if this continues to play itself out the way that we want it. So I'm just gonna be patient here, man. Let's see us pulling back. We originally had it. So that's why I was like, hey, only do it when you're once you take out first initial TP. Once you take out first initial TP, then you move to break even. We would have got ourselves probably put out the trade just then. So look, did we close above that? Sellers came in heavy to push us down even further with no candle closure, man. It looked like we closed above that level though of what we wanted, but we didn't break that. We didn't break it like how we wanted to. So now we're just stuck in chop. It's a chop fest happening here. Let's go back to the 5 minute. It's looking like it's going to be one of those days. Yeah, I don't like this. Particular move at all. We do have inefficiency here. At this level. And then if you drop down to let's just see. Let's see what we get.
It's just like a very cool.
I
way to
feel like,
criticize
man, we
extremely
should have
quickly.
just hopped out of this thing, man. When we had the opportunity.
Stop filled.
All right, so If the shorts are in, then what we will see if we could be able to, if we're in a reversal here, we might be able to enter ourselves into shorts. Let's see if this is what we want. Because I don't think we're reacting off of anything. When I go to the higher time frame, there isn't a fair value gap that we're reacting off of. Obviously, it's just a pullback. But this could be the reaction off of the 1 hour fair value gap and the 4 hour. So I'm thinking of taking a re-entry back here.
Order filled.
Based upon of the reaction of what it is of what I want to see, man. If this gets
Stop filled.
off the 4 hour, if we're inverting this fair value gap on the 4 hour chart, which with those two, obviously we see what just happened. So let's just wait and see. We might be able to get that feel of what we were looking for. And I think that was it. Patience is everything. Excuse me. So with this candle here, this was that sweep, right? To be able to snatch liquidity.
Order filled.
Yeah.
Order filled.
That's exactly what that is.
Order filled.
a stop above this high. And we can hold this until midnight open. Taking out initial sell side. This would be something we would have to be pretty much patient on. And you say, well, Jeremy, where would we take partials here if we were to take partials in this trade? Uh, I might, I may partial at mid. Mm, I may partial at midnight open. So we may partial at midnight open on this. We don't want to have too much clutter on our screen. So what we was talking about initially earlier with the higher highs, higher lows. So us not getting any candle closure there, and this is how we could become more advanced. Anytime we did not get any candle closure above that level of what we wanted, obviously we got rejected again for the third time. Then we got rejected again for the fourth time. That right there should have been an entry for us to be able to dabble into shorts, right, and take a short position. But obviously with us being in these shorts of what we wanted now, what did we say? We wanted a candle closure below this level. If we did, this is what we said earlier, if we get candle closure below this level, that's when we were going to engage into shorts. But we went on ahead and saw an opportunity for earlier entry, so we took the early entry, and we're looking for candle closure still below this key level here. And if we get that candle closure there, oh, let me put this back, hold on, boom. If we get that candle closure there, pull this out, remove this. If we get that candle closure there at that level, obviously is prime for shorts, and I'm thinking to midnight open. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Patience is everything. So if you go to a higher time frame, so we're on the 4 hour, and you get that rejection there on this 4 hour candle here, and I'm liking it so far of what it is of what I see. Beautiful. Here we're gonna go ahead and get ready to take a partial here.
Order filled.
Now we finna allow the trade to just run. Beautiful. This is what we want. So this was our area. We did take a partial here. We're gonna go ahead and move our stop. Beautiful trade so far. I'm still loving this to sell side. So that's where we may take final TP right here at sell side. So sell side is at 75.28. So if we crack below midnight open and we take out sell side, that's where my final TP is on sell side. Is at sell side. That's there. But so far, I'm loving the reaction of what we have here and what's going on this trade. I mean, if we were to take this thing a little bit below midnight open at this point, right? But this is beautiful. This is what I like to see here. Uh, we're just gonna continue to be patient on this trade here. Allow the trade to have some breathing room. We're just focused right here, chat. I'm sorry. Just focused on the trade and the task at hand. Obviously, on our first initial positions of what we took this morning, we were thinking we were going to get a retracement for longs. Obviously, that trade did not plan out for us, but we're liking what we have here. I think I may add to my position here.
Order filled.
I'm still loving this trade so far. W's in the chat. W's in the chat. Let's take this below midnight open. That's what I want. If we could take this to midnight open and then come in and sweep sell side, that's a beautiful trade on the day. That's what we want to see. So let's see if we could get some full displacement here. All right, so while the trade is happening and what is taking place right now, so let's go ahead and continue talking about what it was that what we was talking about earlier, right? When I was talking about us wanting to see full candle closure right up here, but we see where we're being getting rejected right here in this block here, right? So if we drop down to our lower time frames, what did we want? We wanted candle closure above here, this level, but we did not get candle closure above that level. Now, prior to us looking for candle closure above this level for us to stay within our long position, what did we do? We already set ourselves up to be able to take shorts. And we said we wanted full displacement below this level for entry. But once we cracked here and kept seeing that, hey, we're getting rejected here and we broke below this fair value gap, it was it was almost beautiful for us to be able to take the entry. And what did we do? We did not be first, right? We waited, we exercised our patience, and then what we saw was an opportunity to be able to enter into shorts above the level of what we actually wanted. And once we had full displacement below that level, then what happened? We added to our position, and once we add to our position, we just continue on with the trade. And we're looking to take this to midnight open to come and take out sell side. That is the whole entire plan for today, and we'll see if the plan plays itself out. But as of right now, we don't want to take partial again until we possibly crack midnight open. If we crack midnight open, I'll take a partial there and then take out the last one on sell side. That might be the goal, be the plan here. But us consolidating right here, I don't like that. But we still gonna allow the trade to have some breathing room. So what we could do here is come to this level here and cut risk a little bit. So we're just gonna exercise some more patience here. And you can see how it's acting perfectly off of this 15-minute fair value gap, right? Well, the 1 hour fair value gap. I'm sorry. So that 1 hour fair value gap prior to 9:30, right? If you go back to it, this is way during early wee hours of the morning. So around 2 o'clock, where we created this fair value gap, getting ready. This was London session, right? So during London session, which came at 3:30. London session created the fair value gap. Going into London creates the fair value gap right on the 1 hour. You see how price reacts to the fair value gap on the 1 hour in London. We go into New York. We get the manipulated move up, right? And what do we see? Power of three that is sitting right here. This is what we always talked about. This is what we want, right? Where we have the accumulation move happen here, the manipulation move happen here at open on New York session, and then we have distribution. So beautiful power of three. And let's just see if we can continue to move on down to our TP. But you can see how it's respecting this fair value gap that's here, right? Like you wick literally right here within the start of that, which is interesting. So once we blow past this and take out this level, I'm very sure that we're able to take this to midnight open. So either way it go, we cut risk on this trade, and right, although we did add to our position again, we did take a partial, right? We took a partial and we added to our position again to be able to go into the next level. So I do not advise you to over leverage yourselves at this point. Just allow the trade to play itself out. Beautiful, beautiful displacement below this level here. This is what we was talking about. All we need is candle closure here. That'll probably be our next partial here, but we'll see. Right? We'll just allow the trade to play itself out. Another thing that we talked about also, those of you who are tuning in, like one thing that I like to stress is understanding your key levels. Most people in trading just mark out support and resistance, right? But not having a true understanding of what your support and resistance is. Here's a supply zone, here's a demand zone. Like if you could trade like that, kudos to you. But what is the significance of those levels? What do they stand for? And one thing that we teach here is understanding that our key levels all mean something. What did we say earlier when we first started prior to the market opening? We said we wanted to see what? Our first initial bias was not short. Our first initial bias was we wanted to see a sweep of previous day high. If we get a retracement and we stay above the 50% level or or our golden zone of the 618, if we stay above those levels, then guess what? We'll enter in for loans off of a IO Fed. But if we don't take IO Fed, what do? What will be next if we don't take IO Fed? If we don't take IO Fed, then guess what? If we break below uh that displacement, I'm gonna bring this here, chat. If we break below this level of displacement here, that's where we were gonna take shorts. And that's where our bias changed. But we already knew with our levels of where we would be headed within shorts, taking out sell side. And we were looking for what? Midnight open. Those are the things that people miss in trading. And hey, if push come to shove, if I'm really feeling froggy, we had this 15-minute discount zone that's here where we could leave a runner to come down and take liquidity here after a sweep on sell side. I mean, if it takes out sell side and it has like, and if it's moving, I may leave a runner. Just one. To enter into that discount zone and sweep this liquidity that's sitting there. But we'll see. We'll see. You plan to trade the plan. If the plan doesn't work, then you have to have a backup plan if your bias is to change. Okay? So let's see what happens here. We see the reaction off of this. It's the reaction off of this level here. And we're on the 15-minute looking at this, right? So if we look at it on the 5-minute, you can see once we enter in here, we didn't invert this all the way. So let's just see. If we get wicked out, obviously we'll get wicked out in a winning position. But I'm cool with that. I'm still looking for us to be able to invert this fair value gap and take this out and continue on to midnight open. That's what we want. So we're just going to be patient, be patient, be patient. Patience is key. Patience is key. And and if you take a look at this gap, one of the main things that keeps me interested within this trade is the fact that we haven't taken out 50% of it yet, right? Like, I'm looking for 50% of that fair value gap to be disrupted, in my opinion. Because if I go to a higher time frame, let's go to the 1 hour. If I look at it on the 1 hour, right, I can somewhat possibly see that, right? Somewhat possibly see that. But we have about 10 minutes until this candle closes. And does this candle just go ahead and continue to just push itself all the way down within this? Or do we get a close a little bit above this FVG and we create a new candle closure? I mean, a new candle that starts to open low and then possibly close high, but it opened low enough to be able to sweep sell side. So within these next 10 minutes, that's what's going to tell the story with this hourly candle here. So once this candle closes and we open up a new candle on the 1 hour chart, does that new candle go low, open low, and then close high? And that's something that we could be looking for to happen if this candle doesn't close on us fully with where we want it to. Okay. So it's very important that you understand when you're trading to sometimes take a look at your higher time frames. Don't just stay on one time frame. Take a look at your higher time frames because your higher time frames also tell the story, right? When we started this morning, what do we look for? We already knew we had new week opening gap right here in this purple shade, right? So last night at the new week when market opened, we created this new week opening gap here, right? Price took out new week opening gap, continued higher to sweep previous day high. Now you're getting a retracement of previous day high back to midnight open, closing below the new week opening gap, and we just continue to trade lower. Beautiful move here. Let's drop down to the lower time frame. Look at there. That is beautiful. Let's just go ahead and come and take out sell side. That's what I want. That's what I want to see. So we wicked there into this position at 50%. So this is something that we may have a little bit of concern. We have about 3 minutes until this candle closes here. About 7 minutes on our 1 hour. 8 minutes on the 1 hour, close to 7. So let's just see. Let's be patient and see. But this is definitely W's in the chat. We need W's in the chat for this. If you're not subscribed, this is how you better subscribe to a winning channel that actually wins trades, right? Here at New Level Academy, this is what we do. So look at the reaction of what's happening off this 1 hour. What did I say? So we're 50% into this fair value gap here. And you see buyers are trying to step in. Look at that entry point on the 1 minute. That's sick. That's sick. So let's be patient. We're getting close to midnight open. So what we're gonna do at midnight open, we're probably gonna take a partial there and take off 50% of our position. So and then our final will be at sell side. We'll leave that runner. We'll leave a runner for our 15-minute discount zone. That's what I'm thinking. So hopefully we could get here to midnight open. Let's go. Come on. There we go. Beautiful move. Here we go, approaching midnight open. Getting ready to take out midnight open. Did we not call this shot? Did we not call this?
Order filled.
Did we not call this? Beautiful. Now let's go ahead and sweep sell side. If we sweep sell side, we'll go ahead and close our position here fully. Beautiful. Let's see if we sweep sell side. If we see sweep sell side, then we'll go ahead and close. I do want to leave this runner though for 15-minute discount. This that discount zone. I know we're not going to take out previous day low, but darn it if we do. But look at that push to sell side. Oh man, look at there. All right, we're out.
Order filled.
We out. W's in the chat, man. Another beautiful trade. And we did it live. We called every single thing and told you all what was going to happen from the T. This is how we do it every day. We approach the markets. We trade the plan the trade. If our bias was to ever shift and change, you go with the narrative. You exercise patience. And this is how you be successful in trading. Some people want it fast, but the hardest trades are the best trades, right? The hardest trades are the best trades. So thank you guys for tuning in for another lovely day. I'm going to go ahead and be out. We will be back on PM session. So we will stream PM session this afternoon. So I will see you guys back at let's see, should we do 1 o'clock or should we do 1:20? 1 second here. But closing the day up 500 across 5 accounts. Beautiful day. All right, so we are at 2,500 on the day. So, Chad, I'm thinking 1:20. We should, well, no later than 1:20. We should be back, but I'm thinking probably 1 o'clock. We'll probably come back at 1 o'clock to be able to engage a little bit more and start looking at some option opportunities. We're gonna go over the entire market as a whole and do our stock market analysis. So if we could do our stock market analysis around 1 o'clock and start looking for positions during that time frame, we should be straight. So that's what I'm thinking. But I appreciate you all for tuning in with your boy, man. I told y'all what was gonna happen. Look at that sweep on sell side. Like, look at this. Did it not sweep sell side? Look at the wick. Hold on. Let's zoom in on it. Let's zoom in. Look at the wick. It literally wicked and swept sell side, and now here's the reversal. I told y'all don't play with it. We could take another entry here and go long if we choose to, but we're not going to be greedy. We're going to walk away. We're going to go in, prepare, get some lunch, and see you all at 1 o'clock. So thank you for tuning in. It's your boy Jeremy. I'm out.